Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, now it's time for British Wrestling Radio with your hosts, Dean Mitchell, Nixy Newman, and our very own Quebec, ICE Vendetta. Join us in our chat room at www.britishwrestlingradio.co.uk. Phone in on 01223 911 822 and join us right now.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of what the thing we like to call British Wrestling Radio on Friday the 5th of October. Straight off the bat, it's been one of those days again. It's been one of those days, and everything's been going ups and downs, backwards and forwards, but we get through it, otherwise it wouldn't be British Wrestling Radio. That's all. First of all, congratulations go to the newlyweds that have been into our chat room tonight. That is Kerry and Barry on their wedding yesterday. Hope it all went out and hope it all went well and everything. And congratulations and good luck in your future marriage together. That's all we can say from everyone at British Wrestling Radio, including my missus. Now, this week, no, I have not jumped another cabinet on my foot and halo. Oh dear. Clive the Perfectionist is in our chat room. Now, I met Clive the Perfectionist again. This guy's getting to be a little bit of a pain now. He really, really is starting to be one of these people that's, I'll tell you a story quick before we get into the other details and everything about the week. I'm walking home and I'm chatting to Ross. Ross, who does the takeover on Radio Sunlight on Saturday afternoons between 3 and 5 o'clock. If you'd like to follow him. Radio Sunlight and stuff. And the next thing I know is as I'm walking home and there we go and bang, 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 and all of a sudden I see this person walking towards me and I says to Ross, oh shit, it's the Perfectionist. And he's going, oh yeah, I want to come on your show. And that's every time he sees me now, that's all he ever says. I want to come on your show. And he just does me nothing now. And I'm saying to Ross, and I was running home, and this is after I've done a big shit, long shift, and I'm going, oh shit, I'm running. Ross was in tears. He was laughing his bloody head off, but Clive, if that's you, mate, you're a tour rag. You do me nothing. Really have. But the bruising on the foot came out. I had a beautiful purple foot over the weekend. The wife gave me no sympathy, nothing whatsoever. So, as with that, and I've... Oh, no, curse you, the tour rag. Absolutely a tour rag for thinking that what do you guys think? I mean, I know I keep saying, shall we do this, shall we do that? I'm going to ask the chat room tonight, the people that's in our chat room tonight, what do you want? Do you want us to keep our theme music the way it is? Or do you want to have a brand new theme song, which I'll pick myself? But it's up to you. Do you want us to keep the British Wrestling Radio theme we've had since day one? Or do you want something new? It's up to you guys. I'll go whatever it is. I've been trying to find one, but you're trying to find the right song and everything to go with it. But hey-ho, we'll see what happens in the future, and go. And so we're happy in everything. Hope everyone's had a great week watching some kind of wrestling. I wish I could. Between Nixy, at this moment in time, Nixy is ill. She's coughing. She's coughing every 2 seconds. And everything. Hello, dude, yourself. Hello, welcome to you as well. And okay. And so with Nixie's ill. She's been texting me all day, and she's trying to convince herself that she's doing the right thing, but she really, really is ill, and she can't speak, and she can't go more than a few seconds without she can't go more without coughing and spluttering. But she's not in bed. She's on Skype now. She's signed into the Skype and see what she wants, but she says she'll pop in and everything. We should have a guest tonight, Mr. Andy Quillen from Revolution Pro Wrestling. We should be coming on. I've sent him all the details, and he should be joining us any minute now. But we'll carry on until he does. But if that fails, we've got somebody who's going to threaten to ring in to take over a wrestling promotion in Britain. And this guy is the #1 heel announcer in the British Isles at the moment. He's a cool gun, and you might not like what you have to hear. You might not like what he has to say, but you will listen. And that is the way he deals with things. And he says, I'm just shutting the door in my house here. And it's good to hear, good to see everybody in the chat room. Thank you, everybody, for the well wishes. We've got 600 likes. We finally reached 600 likes. And a big thank you must go to WrestleManiacs for that. Because we put the picture up of Brian Pillman, who died 15 years ago today. I mean, can you believe it's 15 years since we lost Pillman? I'm going to do a little bit on Pillman later on. Just a little thing. It's crazy. I mean, we lost Bulldog 10 years ago. And now we've got Pillman 15 years ago today. So that's going to be crazy. And been in contact with a few people this week. It's been manic on the work. 12-hour shifts, come home. 12-hour shifts, come home. 12-hour shift, come home. And then doing all that. So I'm not complaining. Work's a job, and everybody must have one. Everybody's got to pay the bills. Everyone's got to eat. Everyone's got to sleep. And that's my life. So, end of. And chatted to Rob Mortman, who has been very, very supportive of us over the last 7-8 months. Now, before we get any further, British Wrestling Radio is famous for one thing, and that is promoting British wrestling. Yeah. Then, anyway, let's have a look what we've got here. Facebook, straight in. Events. And tonight was nearly cancelled. And I just said, yeah, behave yourself in the chat room. Please come on, let's everybody behave. And, right, we got some wrestling things. Tomorrow, we've got Wrestling Training Open Day at the Future Shock School with Dave Rain. And at the Max Gym, Morton Hill, Falsworth, Manchester. And there's a lot of people going. And there's one if you want to be a star, if you want to write in, if you want to be a wrestler, a manager, an all pair, anything like that involved in the wrestling industry. And so we had that tonight and stuff. But yeah, tomorrow we've got that. Now, tonight was nearly cancelled. Right, I'll go back to the things. Right, people saying in the chat room, I'm going to say it now. I was nearly cancelled tonight because it's Electric Light Orchestra night on the TV. And so, and I am 43 years old. And I was thinking about it because I love Electric Light Orchestra in my heart, but I thought, screw it, I'll record it and watch it in the night. So, I like that. Some people like Green Day, some people like Queen, some people like that. I like most of the bands, but Electric Light Orchestra is my favourite. And that's my guilty pleasure. I mean, I learned to play the drums, and I learned to play the drums with Electric Light Orchestra, so that's my thing. And Mr. Blue Sky was the first song I ever learned to play the drums with. Say, yeah. Oh, I can. Oh God, like one the Xanadu, bleeding unbelievable. That Xanadu was the worst ELO song they ever did. It was crazy. Anyway, right, back to tomorrow. NGW in Hull. I've got us full force. Eastmount Recreation Centre, Waverley Road, Kingston upon Hull in England. Tickets are £8 adult, £8 children, 9 adults, 30 quid for the family ticket. And you get to NGW Championship match between Rampage Brown and Matt Myers. And they've got Colossus Kennedy and Nathan Cruz on at the moment. So, they've got a good band up there. UKWW, UK Women's Wrestling, presents When Worlds Collide at the Thunderdome, Engine Lane, Horbury Bridge, Wakefield. International stars of women's wrestling take over Wakefield. And they've got a main event which is... And the main event at the moment is Portugal's #1 athlete, Shanna, is taking on Ireland's own Katie Harvey to determine who will face the dominating alpha female on the night, replacing the original challenger, Sweet Saria, who has had to surrender her title shot due to injury. So you're going to have a #1 contenders match, then the winner of that takes on the alpha female. Now, if anybody's seen the alpha female, you've got to be off your heads because she is one mean thing. And yeah, and so we've got that, and we've got that, and also we had... Oh, God. For more information, go to www.ukwrestling.tv. Adult on the door, adults £8, children £5, and you get it's a nice night of women's wrestling. And see, women's wrestling in Britain, and it's getting better and better. I mean, everybody's taking heed now with the British scene with the women's wrestling, and it is getting better and better and better as weeks progress. So you can't knock them for it. You really, really can't. So we've got that one. Also tomorrow, RWA Retribution, the Runcorn Wrestling Academy, Grangeway Community Centre in Runcorn. Doors at 6:30, bell time 7:10, tickets £5, adults £4. It's all happening there for that night once we get going. And so we've got Runcorn Wrestling Academy Retribution at the Grangeway Community Centre tomorrow night at 6:30. So there we go. And we also got Happy Birthday. And Future Shock is on the 7th, on Sunday. Future Shock 62 at the Stockport Guildhall. And everybody knows about Future Shock, but that looks like one heck of a card because it's got the returning Future Shock champion. And whether Dave Richards will be appearing. Well, he's the champion of Future Shock at the moment, but we'll want to see if he's appearing, but we'll see. And so we'll get that one there. Also, I've just been given one for the Wrestling Live in Tiverton, Heathcliff Social Club, featuring Tyson T-Bone, the UK Dominator, PJ Jones, and Pretty Boy Dan Walsh on October the 20th, 2012 in Devon. Tiverton, that's it, Tiverton down in Devon. So that's another event. So they're punking up everywhere now. They really, really are getting everywhere now with the things. Now, well, I know you never had a birthday show, Nixy. I know you didn't, because we were singing happy birthday to you. But you will never know. One day you might have your birthday show. Might be next year, but there we go. And Ace is back online. Just got it. Yeah, but we'll be okay and everything. Now, events so far. Now, last week we also had we had this thing last week, and Sheffield had their little show, and with Andrew Hogg and all the guys up in NCWA, and I've had an invitation and go on and stuff, and we get going. So I will give out happy birthday goes to Mr. Barry Lehman, whose birthday is on the 9th of October. Definitely. There you go. A birthday shout out to Baz. The co-presenter of Wham Bam Body Slam. I'm not saying presenter, co-presenter with the first couple of wrestling radio. There we go. Said it already. They've had more mentions than bloody wrestlers already, and we've only been going 15 bloody minutes. It's crazy. Now, this week in the world of British wrestling, we had the Sheffield things. We've had Preston City Wrestling have their show last week with Chris Travis when we was doing live on air last week, and he actually put his shoulder out. The guy still did wrestling on the Saturday, and he still did it on the Sunday. I talked to Chris on Facebook, and he just said it's sore as hell, but what can you do? Our best wishes go to the Nemesis, who keeps in contact with us, because he is now just popped his rib, so he can't wrestle on the 14th of October. So he's out. He's very, very upset, and he's upset he can't wrestle, but he's out of the thing for 2 weeks. And he said one of them things, I suppose. We think Travis is doing his usual, what Chris Travis does best. Only one person can decide what is good for him, and that's Chris. It's nothing else. And it's my pleasure. And it's just the way it goes. I mean, some people do other things and everything like that, and Chris wants to wrestle because he's always said it. That's his job. He doesn't work in an Argos. He doesn't work everywhere else during the week. Wrestling is his job. That's why he goes all over the place wrestling. So, and RPW, Revolution Pro Wrestling, they're having a show near me on the 16th of November, which is a Friday night, and I can't go. Because November 16th, there will be no British Wrestling Radio that night, I'm sorry to say. So put that in your diaries. There's 2 dates that's coming up And we've got 2 dates coming up where there's going to be no shows. One is October the 19th. So next week there's a show. The week after there isn't. And then the one after that is the November the 16th, because literally I'm up in Sheffield and I am not taking my computer with me, because I'm not taking 2 computers and running everything up there hoping that it's going to work. I'm not going to trust anything up there. So so that's the pain and the end all of that one. But we will be here, I promise, in some forms, and we're trying our best to do it every week. The hit is going to be a long show tonight. I can feel it. We have our phone line back. The phone line is back. If you want to ring and speak to me tonight, it's 01223 911 822. Give me a call, give me a ring, chat to me anytime you want tonight. It's all you. It seems Andy's got other things tonight, and he would have told me, but hey ho, we can always arrange it for some time in the future. We've got about 5-6 weeks before St. Ives show for him, but we'll always have thing. There's another show happening in Cambridge, which was one of my local things, and we've got that happening on the 28th of October at the Guildhall, and that's WAWW promotion. They're doing another show down there. So it's happening. There's shows all over the place. We've got them up in Scotland. We just had Insane Championship Wrestling having their thing. We've got new shows that's happening with GBW. With Great Bear Promotions. They've got a show on this weekend. And it's... it just seems to spark up. The big show I'm going to is with over the next few weeks, right, in 3 weeks' time, October 28th. If you can get up. Front row is sold out. I'm on the second row because I can't get a front row ticket, which I'm pissed off at. I'm not going to miss this. And the thing is, on the 28th of October at St. Neots Private Centre, Halloween Havoc is going to happen with Southside Wrestling, and it involves mask versus mask. It's no ropes, no rules, no ring. It's going to be the end of the feud that's been happening for 18 months. It's between El Ligero and Igor Dragon. And whoever loses, excuse me, removes the mask, get their mask moved off. This is the end of the feud that's been building up a long time. It's the longest feud that's ever happened in British wrestling, apparently. And I can't wait. There's that one. There are also other matches involved. Is T-Bone will take on Styx for the Southside Heavyweight title. You will have in one match that I can't believe it's actually happening, but it's going to do, is Madman Manson, who is the guest next week on Rob Maltman's show, versus the Invisible Man. And Mars Haskins is making an appearance there. Tonight Ross made an announcement on his show that next week on Ross's show, The Takeover, his special guest will be Mark Haskins, the TNA Impact wrestler, who's now over here full-time, who's been released by TNA. And all I've got to say with that, TNA, is you've dropped the fucking ball again, as usual. What can you fucking do, eh? No, it's the Invisible Man. It's the Invisible Man, I promise. And we'll see what happens that. But I'm going. If anybody wants to go in, you better ask Ross that, curse, because I haven't got a clue. That is really going to be, that's a real good talking point, that one. That's going to be really, really, really interesting to see how he does that show without swearing. Because if everybody remembers the show that Manson did with me, the first words out of his mouth was, "Hello there, you fucking idiot," and all this. And so it's going to be, anyone. It is one of them things. So I'm I'm looking forward to it. We've also got on December 1st the show that's happening in Huntingdon, which is literally 100 yards from my house. So I am loving every single minute of living in Cambridgeshire. It's not my home. Sheffield will always be my home. What can you say? I mean, I'm a Sheffield boy. I was born in Hillsborough. I'm a Wednesdayite. I'll always will be. But yeah, Sheffield boy, born and bred. And so I'm down here with the wife. But it's a good thing. But I'm going to Sheffield next month, so I can't wait. Anyway, he says a minute, right? Where's my pop? See, I don't drink alcohol now. Now it's nice to see Wrestleheads is back in the room. Wrestleheads has been away for far too long. Can anybody tell me, right? Everybody knows about the British wrestling scene, which has happened over the last 12 months with us, the Pipe Bomb, the Wrestleheads guys, Rob, and everything. What has happened to the Pipe Bomb? this is the thing that's puzzling us now. We haven't heard from the pipe bomb in literally 2 months. It's really, really interesting to see what's happened to the guys with the 30-minute pipe bombs. It's they've just disappeared. I don't know what's happening with them or anything, but I'm scared to ask. I'm scared to ask, but you know what they're like. But they might be back. I hope so. I hope they're back very soon. But might be taking an extended break. I was told that they was coming back a few weeks ago, but nothing's happened. So we'll see. I hope they come back. I really do. We all like the pipe bomb, especially our invasions from the pipe bomb over the last 12 months. But our best wishes also go to Nixy, because Nixy's in our chat room at this moment, who is really, really suffering, the poor girl. But we'll try his best with Nixy anyway. Anyway, now, this week, oh, excuse me a sec. We've had a few announcements concerning other things that's happening with friends of ours who have got this idea. They're doing other things in their lives. Now, Wrestle News, Wrestle Radio Ireland is going to be starting up very, very soon. And they're starting to get all their things together. They've got a Twitter page, they've got a Facebook page, so follow them, please, and give them a like. Nice guys. They're just starting out like us. It's got this idea that they're saying that I'm their inspiration, which makes me laugh. It really does, but I can't. I'm just patting me on myself on the back if I could reach, but I can't. Now, stories this week. First of all, that happened. This thing with the Attitude Era is really, I am saying this now. Now, I'm glad Nixie's not here. It's because me and Nixie would be going at this hammer and tongue, because this is the way it's going to be. Right. I'm going to say my piece on this, or bring back the Attitude Era now, because we've done some British wrestling, now we're going to do America, and mix it up. Now, I am getting so pissed off with all these people saying, bring back the Attitude Era. Bring back this. Bring back that. It's 2012. Yes, we know that the product that's in that country at the moment isn't like what it used to be. But it's only the same like it was 1994, 95, when you had Doink and you had bloody Max Moon and you had Duke the Drumster Drozer and all these guys, and you had all these other you had all these characters that was in wrestling, in WCW, in the WWF, and you had all these characters and everything was building, and it just did make Repo Man and all these things, and you're like, what is going on? So it's just like that, but this time they don't use the characters, they're just using proper people's names. But please, 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 yeah, that was Conan. But please, please, let's just put this Attitude Era once and for all to bed. Let's just put it to bed once and for all. Yes, it was a great time in wrestling. Yes, the matches were superb, the attitude things it comes of. But just for people's sake, and Nixie's going mental, I can feel her eyes burning into the back of my head at this. The Attitude Era didn't start in Vince McMahon's dressing room. It didn't start in Vince McMahon's thing. The Attitude Era, for me, started in a little bingo hall in Philadelphia called ECW. Because they were sick to death of seeing all the shit that WWE... They did all this thing in WCW and WWF, and all of a sudden went, oh, hold on, well on. And they just stole it. So, yeah, I know it's the greatest era in the world of professional wrestling. Don't get me wrong. I loved the Attitude Era. But all these people now are jumping on the bandwagon and saying, oh, bring it back, bring it back. The WWE 13 game that's coming back is the Attitude Era, so severe. But at the same time, Attitude Era now is 15 years ago. Like we said with Brian Pillman. It's film. It's just something else. I mean, we're crying out for something like ECW to help us. TNA, they must. I mean, who the heck is running TNA? I mean, because we know they're on Spike, and Spike needs their thing, and it's a different time in the world and everything. What people got to remember is everything was like in 1997, 1998, 1999. Then 9/11 came along and changed the rules, and everybody went, "Ooh, hold on a minute!" And all of a sudden, censorship has gone mental, and everyone's going, "Oh, you can't do that now. You can't do it," and then stuff. And yeah, I think everybody says, "When did the Attitude start?" I think it'll always start at ECW. It was there then. WWF took it over. But I think a group also had it as well called the NWO, because when they did their stuff, you can't tell me that none of them was like, hold on a minute, that was written down. There was no way. And let's see what happens. I mean, a good point with Wrestleheads in our chat room. Let the wrestlers talk without a script. Let's see who can survive. It'd be very interesting. But let's think about this. Bret Hart always had a script when he did his promos. Shawn did. All the big stars in the 90s had promos, apart from Austin, who ad-libbed most of his promos. They just went out and said, here's a mic, just talk. The Rock, here's a mic, just go away and talk and see what you can do. If you took the best five, everybody goes, oh yeah, this happened, this is the way it should have been, and everything. We don't want that, we want it back. The Attitude Era will always become confined to history books now. Because there's nobody out there that's willing to take a risk and saying, right, this is what we need, this is what we want again. And as much as we're crying out for it, as much as we like saying, yeah, all the British stuff that's happening over here, I love it, and hands down, yes, it's entertainment to them. We've got the Southside Wrestling Entertainment, we've got Scottish Wrestling Entertainment, we've got all these wrestling people that's doing it, and they're doing so much shows. So if all these British guys are doing it, working their backsides off and doing what they think's best, why can't a big country like America see what Britain's doing and going, well, hold on a minute. Hey, look what these guys are doing over here. I mean, we've got people over here now. Jonathan Gresham. We've had Davey Richards over here. We've got one event in November in Preston. We've got Chris Masters. We've got John Morrison. We've got Eugene at the same event. We've also got coming over here Angelina Love. We've got Taylor Wilde. TNA wrestler who said she'd retired and she'd never wrestle again. She's coming over to the British Isles. We must be doing something right. Jerry Lynn. Exactly. We must be doing something right to getting all these wrestlers to come over. It's crazy, the fact that they're like, oh yeah, we'll go to Britain and do a proper wrestling match. We must be doing something. There's got to be something that's attracting everything. It can't be the money. And at the same time, it's just absolutely amazing to see all these things are happening over here now, and all these wrestlers are coming over. And they've got one thing in common. I mean, you look at the best moments of John Morrison. Eugene, well, Eugene's favourite moment is a feud he had with Triple H. And we got we got John Morrison, Chris Masters, the dancing chest. Or the dancing titties, as I call them. But Angelina Love must be able to put a good match in. And Taylor Wilde's on the same card. So you've got two people from the old TNA Knockouts that's going to be on the same night. And so it's getting close. It's getting that close to that time. But everything. Yeah. We all know about the bad side of the business. We all know what happened 18 months ago with IPW. We all know what's happened with them. They tried to put the big shows on. And we tried all these things to get wrestling back to where it was. One PW. Sorry, yes, one PW. Whoops, sorry. My bleed. It is one of these things where you're thinking, wow, what's going to happen next? And there's all these shows over here that's like really, really making everybody stand up and going, oh, hello. But IPW, yeah. IWP, yeah. IPW, yeah. It's a good promotion, yeah. They've just done their separate ways. There's IPW and there's RPW now as well. Yeah. It's alleged you're doing me nothing. You're really doing me nothing. Anyway, it's just joined us. It's 11:30 on Friday, the 5th of October. God, we've got 2 months left of the year. And 15 years ago today, we lost this guy at one time, and I think Paul Heyman said it best. this guy is one of the only few wrestlers ever in the world who at one stage in his life had WWE, WCW, and ECW all fighting for his services at the same time. And then he had the accident, and it just crazed him off. But Pillman was absolutely off the wall. Pillman was great as Flying Brian, as part of the Hollywood Blondes, as part of the Heart Foundation, as part of all these things. Popping by to say hello. Hello. Nice name. Excellent name. Hello, everyone. Yeah. And, excuse me a sec. Yeah, he was a member of the Four Horsemen as well. And Pillman will always be one of these people. That's another name that you should put in the Hall of Fame, I think. But if everybody's got opinions on the Hall of Fame, and everybody's got to say, no, they should put this person in the Hall of Fame, I think there'd be more wrestlers than anything else in the world. But WWE have got their reasons. I think next month, TNA, when they put in Sting and stuff. But can you imagine Pillman? This is the thing. If Pillman hadn't died, can you imagine Brian Pillman in today's product at some point? Because Ric Flair's in his 60s. Pillman would have been... he'd have been 50. He'd have been 50 this year. Yes, it is. And the Pillman would have been 50 years old. Can you imagine Brian Pillman in today's product in America? I think he'd have been involved in it somehow, but I think it's been it's crazy to think about it. But it was a sad night when he went. It was a night. It was a night of a pay-per-view, if I remember. I think it was the pay-per-view. Was it the pay-per-view in this country or in America? Was it Bad Blood? Was it Bad Blood? Yeah, it was Bad Blood with the Hell in a Cell. So you're telling me it's 15 years ago today that Kane made his debut in the WWE? It's got to be. Bloody hell. That's a good point. That's got to be Kane. Yeah, 15 years of doing nothing. 15 years of wasted talent. There you go. 15 years of a waste of talent. I knew that would work. I knew that would go. I'm only joking, Nixy. I'm only joking, my girl. She can fire me now, so I'm keeping stum. I shouldn't be saying that, but she can fire me now. Yeah, whatever. But Kane, 15 years. So we lost Pillman, but then we got Kane on the same night. Crazy. Do you think Pillman would still been around? He would have been world champion. Not in the WWE. Not in the WWE, no. I think TNA would have been made for Pillman in 2002 when they started. I think Pillman would have been perfect fit for TNA in the early years. But because Pillman then would have been great with Jeff Jarrett. A feud between Jarrett and stuff. So yeah, but Pillman was great. The one memory I've got of Pillman, and I don't know if other people, it's nothing to do when he was in WCW, although his time with Steve Austin was great. The Hollywood Blondes, that tag team will always stand. When you'll always mention the Hollywood Blondes, and you'll smile. You'll think of the great matches they had. My memory of Brian Pillman is ECW on his debut in the promotion, getting out his whacker, his penis, in the middle of the ring on his debut. It's crazy to say that we had Pillman doing that, and it's just where it goes. I think, I think we can find it. I think we can find it. If anybody can find the promo, send us a link in it, and we'll see if we can put it up for the break when we go and have a break at 10 thing. He didn't piss on the ring, but yeah, we had we got these Pillman that night. He was just talking about everything. Everybody was cheering him. And then within 10 seconds, he got everybody to boo him. He got this mark in the crowd, and he had a fight with him. And then he threatened to get out his Johnson, as he said. And Saw him in the ring, and Joey Styles freaked. Joey Styles completely freaked out. It was amazing to see him go. But that's my memory of Pillman. Yeah. But Rob Maltman saying hello, not friendly. Bab is sending me messages as well. But yeah, I think Brian Pillman was always one of these people that's like, he never got the chance that he should have got. I mean, he had the accident, but it's like he said. And we've just seen that all these things that's been happening in the wrestling world. And today, Pillman died 15 years ago, and it was 15 years ago today that we said that Kane made his debut. How weird is that? That is so weird. And Nixy must be marking out now because it's 15 years ago since Kane did anything good. But hey, she's gonna really kill me. She is gonna she's gonna kick my ass. She is really. And so yes, I've just seen a message on Facebook that Mr. Harvey Dale from the ultimate heel announcer from British Wrestling is going to ring and join us in a minute. So beware, keep listening for that one, because that's going to be a good one. Yes, I'm dying. Hello?
Hello? Hello? Hello? Mr. Dean Mitchell? Hello?
Hold on. Right, let's try that again. I'll pull out my headphone socket. Let's see what happens there. Dean, I'm silent. Hold on a sec. How are we doing now? Am I back? Are we okay now? Are we alright? Yay, good stuff. Right, let's have a look. Yeah, we're back. Now, just had somebody ring in, but I'm sure they will try again. And we'll see how far we can get with that one. But, hey ho, we'll go back to what we're talking about now. Could hear the caller, but not me. Right, okay, well that's... Yep, I know she's raging. I know, I'm sorry, Nixy, I don't mean to upset you, my love, but there we go. It's only a bit of fun and games. But, yeah, could hear the caller, but not me. Right, we'll see how we go now. Now on my headset, not off the headset. Anyway, we'll get back to it. Kane, over the last 15 years, this guy's gone through so many changes. He's been the big red monster. He's been the big red killing machine. He's been the big red everything. He's supposed to have had sex with a dead girl in a coffin. He's buried his brother, don't know how many times. I don't know how many times he's buried the Undertaker. I don't know how many times he's had feuds with the Undertaker. If Harvey's listening, can you give me a ring back, mate? It's the 15th anniversary. Even you should have known it, but it's all these things. I mean, when you look back at Kane, I mean, I'm going to have to chat with him just saying, who's been, of all the things that Kane's done over 15 years, when you look back and you say, that was Kane's best. Right, let's have a look at this.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, God.
Hello?
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Dean Mitchell.
Hello, sir. You there?
I'm here, sir. Yes, I'm here.
Right, just ask everybody in the chat room here, both of us now. It's the first time we've had the phone line. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Superb.
Have you got me?
Yes, we've all got you now. Everybody can hear you.
You've got me now. Everybody can hear me. I'm not sure whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, Dean.
Oh, you know me. Everything's a good thing.
Well, I personally believe it's a good thing. Maybe the British Wrestling Radio public will stand up and take notice. Who knows?
How have you been these last few weeks?
Are we live on the air, Dean?
Yes, we are.
We're live on the air. Good evening, British Wrestling Radio. It's a pleasure to be speaking to you. For those of you who don't know who I am, I'm sure Dean's explained my position. My name is Harvey Dale. I am the self-proclaimed leader of House of Fame. And
if people don't
there's a lot of things I'd like to say to people, Dean. But tell you what, it's your show. I'm not going to take over, Dean. Ask me anything you'd like to ask me.
I've waited for this. This is wicked. I've been waiting for this. Harvey, so what's the plans then for the House of Pain takeover Southside this month?
Southside Wrestling Entertainment. Dean, you're starting me off with Southside Wrestling Entertainment. SWE for short, we believe. Yes, they go around calling themselves touting them, don't they? It's SWE.
Yep.
That's what they call themselves. SWE. I believe the E in SWE should stand for entertainment, should it not?
Yes, it should do.
Well, until we arrived, let's face it, they probably could have been done for false advertising. Because there was no entertainment in Southside Wrestling until we got there.
Is that true?
Fortunately, for people like Ben Old, who I'm not going to get started on because I don't like to pick on short people, I'm not going to get started on Southside Wrestling Entertainment or Ben Old. At least now the House of Pain have invaded. And not only invaded, then we've taken over. We've taken over Southside Wrestling Entertainment, and we have once again made it entertaining.
Yeah. I must admit, you have taken over in a dramatic.
We've taken over to the extent that we're not only we don't only hold the World Heavyweight Championship in the form of Sticks, who by the way, let me just get a little dig in at the UKFF followers who vote on UKFF. Sticks came out last night at number 9 in the UKFF top 50 for this year. Number 9. You people wait and see. 12 months time, we're going to raise that 8 places because Sticks is not only the most dominating force in British wrestling, he is the real leader of the House of Pain. He is the current Southside Wrestling, inverted comma, entertainment, end inverted comma, champion.
Yeah.
But he is also the most dominating force in British wrestling, full stop. Enough of Sticks. We also hold the Tag Team Championships. The Predators, Paul Malin, the Prodigy, Joseph Connors, the Special Edition, the most dominating tag team in British wrestling at all. I've heard rumblings that Southside are looking for some tag teams to bring in to try and match up, to try and face the Predators. Yeah. Project Ego couldn't do it. What makes them think they've got anybody in British wrestling that could even get close to how good the Predators are?
I've heard that there's a tag team called The Mob.
The Mob. Dean, you're leading me on to The Mob. Or as I like to call them, Dean, I'm presuming this is a family radio station. I'm not allowed to swear on a...
Of course you are. I don't.
Of course I am. Well, let me bring it on to The Mob. For anybody who doesn't know The Mob, it's 2 old fuckers. They get the odd booking up at Preston City Wrestling. They get the odd booking around the country. A guy called Roughneck and a guy called Myatt. I mean, people who were born in the well, let's say the 1930s. Let's be kind to him for 10 minutes. Let's say people who were around in the 1930s. They remember Keith Myatt. They remember Roughneck. They've been around for that long, apparently kicking people's heads in. They think they're big enough to come in and take on the Predators. I debate that. No promotion in the entirety of the UK has got enough balls about them to book this, because no promotion in the UK wants to take responsibility for the fact that the Predators will put these old men in hospital. So there is not a promotion, including Southside Wrestling, inverted commas, entertainment, end inverted commas, There is no promotion in the UK that will book the Predators versus the Mob, because no one wants to see two geriatrics in their wheelchairs with their walking sticks. No one wants to see them ended. No one's big enough to take responsibility for that, Dean. That's just the way life is.
Yeah, so you're going to go to another promotion and take over, say, PCW?
Dean, if we wanted to, we could go to any promotion in this country and take over. Here you've had Mr. Andy Quilden on this evening.
No, he hasn't been
Revolution Pro Wrestling.
Yeah. No, he hasn't been on.
He hasn't been on. Andy Quilden must have got intimidated. Must have heard I was coming on. That's unfortunate. I wouldn't want to try and go in front of me either. Fair play for anybody who is interested in British wrestling. Revolution Pro Wrestling, they're running a big weekender. It's the coming weekend, the middle October weekend. Apparently, rumour that they've got Jerry Lynn, they've got El Generico. Sounds a big weekend. Six is booked.
Oh, it's worth it.
So if you get the chance to get down there to the Kent area, go and see Revolution Pro Wrestling. Go and see Sticks Clean House. Got a big guy called Big Van Walter on the Saturday. That should be a heavyweight clash to end all heavyweight clashes.
Yeah. Apparently somebody's in our chat.
Say again, sorry?
That's a guy, Mr. Mark.
I'm losing you, Dean.
Oh no, we've lost
business. Have you got me, Dean?
Got you, mate.
You've got me. I can barely hear you, mate. I can barely hear you. Maybe try to crank that radio up a little bit, because I can barely hear you.
It's our Skype connection.
A stellar connection. I make one of those most Friday and Saturday nights, mate.
We're just saying that Mark Haskins is going to be at that a wrestling event as well.
Mark Haskins at the Revolution Pro Wrestling event. Yes, he apparently is. I've given Stick strict instructions not to speak to Haskins. At the end of the day, we don't need to speak to people like Mark Haskins, because I think we've proved once and for all at Supremacy who the Supreme Force were. Mark Haskins couldn't cope with us. He's not going to be able to cope with us tomorrow, to be honest. Mark Haskins felt the need to come out and challenge Sticks to NGW tomorrow up in Hull. He's not going to be able to cope tomorrow. He's not going to be able to cope if Southside ever get round to giving him that rematch for the Southside heavyweight title. He's not going to be able to cope. Mark Haskins, not the calibre of athlete that my boys are.
So who you have?
We'll have to.
So who are you going for the Speed King title? Because there's only the Speed King belt you haven't got in Southside, isn't it?
The Speed King belt in Southside. Yes, I've heard about it. It's some guy that's apparently on this TNA boot camp that's got it, isn't it? I can't remember his name. Party somebody.
Yeah.
No, his name escapes me. Isn't he the lesser version of Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yeah.
The lesser one. I can't even remember what his name is. He's the other guy in the Leaders.
Yeah, Marty Skrull.
What's his name, sorry? Marty? Squirrel. Marty Squirrel. Marty Squirrel. Yeah, apparently he's the other guy in the Leaders. I mean, I only know Zack Sabre Jr. because at least he's a real athlete. Marty Squirrel, yes, the Speed King champion, yes. People seem to forget. You may think that we've fallen out with Max Angelis and that he doesn't toe the company line. I'm afraid you're mistaken. Max Angelis knows exactly which side of his bread is buttered on. Max Angelis knows where the money's at. Yeah. And Max Angelis happens to be the owner of a certain Money in the Bank briefcase.
Yeah.
So without giving too much away to the wrestling public scene, if you really believe that come the end of November especially, if you really believe that Max Angelis won't have cashed that briefcase in, and that we will not also have that Speed King Championship, then I'm afraid you're going to be very, very disappointed.
Yeah, so the All South side will be bowing down to the mighty of House of Pain then, will they?
Well, November the 30th in Nottingham, Dean. I hope you can make it up the motorway, because Southside Wrestling Entertainment, again in the inverted commas, Southside Wrestling Entertainment dies on November the 30th.
Oh, it's your
On November the 30th, Southside dies because the House of Pain will not only annihilate their roster, we will annihilate their company beyond recognition. That floppy-haired muppet, Dale Mills, who, let's face it, the last time I saw Dale Mills, pretty much to me, looked like he was about to have a heart attack with the fact that we were not only walking out with the tag belts, but we also acquired the heavyweight belt. These people are not capable of holding a torch to anything we can do, Dean. No. They need to understand this. And on the 30th of November in Nottingham, Southside Wrestling Entertainment dies.
At the last event you had in Nottingham, the crowd was so for the House of
Well, of course the crowd was House of Pain then, because, let's face it, they're stepping into our backyard. This is where we make our bread and butter. This is where we made our name, Dean.
Yeah.
House of Pain emanates from Nottingham. Southside think they can walk into our town, come in here and take over. No, it doesn't work like that. House of Pain is Nottingham. Southside want to come and try and end House of Pain in our backyard. They're in for a fight. And this is going to be a fight. They've got some fantastic guys on their roster. Don't get me wrong. Guys like Martin Kirby, who did kick me in the head the last time we met. And believe me, there's going to be payback for that in Stevenage when he has to get in the ring with Styx. Because Styx is not happy that Kirby laid his hands on me. So there's going to be repercussions from everything Kirby's done. But you look at their roster, Martin Kirby, Robbie X, Nathan Cruz, RJ6, they've got a fantastic roster. This Marty Squirrel bloke apparently can go. They've got some fantastic guys. All I'm saying is, they haven't got the calibre of guys that can compete with us.
Oh, you sound as if by the end of this year, House of Pain is going to be #1 no matter where you go.
House of Pain's already #1 wherever you go, Dean. Yeah. People just don't realise it. And eventually, by the end of this year, we will have made people realise it. People will be forced to sit up and take notice of the fact that the House of Pain is not only taking over Southside, but we are taking over everything.
So enough with the House of Pain. Where did Harvey Dale get his inspiration for wrestling from?
Where did Harvey Dale get his inspiration from wrestling from? My inspiration from wrestling came from many, many years of childhood, growing up watching it. And over the years, I've slowly sat back. I've watched things happen. I've watched these backyarders, these Muppets come up and spring up with their little promotions all over the place. I've watched things slowly deteriorate, especially in this country as well. Fortunately, since the one PW debacle, as we'll refer to it, there are a lot of companies like Southside that have tried to make a difference. Like NGW up in Hull, who I cannot say wonderful enough things about. NGW in Hull, if you've never had the chance to go up and see one of their shows, get along and see it. Guys like Andy Quilden, who was running IPW, now Revolution Pro Wrestling, go along, see what these guys have got to offer, because we've come out of this. We've come out of the doldrums. We've got now one of the most thriving wrestling scenes in the entire world. We've got probably 10 fantastic promotions in this country. And there's stuff all over the country, all over the United Kingdom, up in Scotland with Elite and PBW. You've got Preston, you've got NGW, you've got Southside, you've got Rev Pro, you've got 4FW over in Swindon. You've got some fantastic promotions putting on top quality shows. And it is about time people in this country sat up and took notice of the fact that our scene is as good, if not better, than any other scene in the UK at the moment. And that, Dean, that is where I get my inspiration from.
Well said. Well said. It's about time the rest of the world knew how good British wrestling is. It's about
exactly. We've got some standout superstars. I mean, TNA Boot Camp at the moment. You've got the Blossom Twins. You've got Marty Squirrel, and you've got Spud out there doing it. I mean, hey, Marty Squirrel may be the House of the Southside Speed King champion. But at the end of the day, the guy's been out there. He's done it. He's been around this scene for enough time to go out there and represent Britain in a wonderful opportunity to showcase what he can really do, what guys like Spud can do, what the Blossom Twins can do. And believe me, I've seen all of these people showcase their things in a wonderful environment. I also should mention Future Shock. Future Shock also run their show this Sunday, Davey Richards versus Jack Gallagher 3. Anybody who's ever seen Davey Richards in the flesh, again, another guy who happened to kick me in the face, and I'm not overly a personal fan of the guy, but Davey Richards versus Jack Gallagher 3 will be this Sunday at Future Shock up in Stockport. If you've never been along to a Future Shock show, you should definitely get along and see that one. But this is where British wrestling's gone. We've now got these imports, these guys wanting to come over here and work for our top promotions.
Yeah, I think earlier on, Preston in November, Morrison.
December the 9th, yes, up in Preston. John Morrison, Chris Masters, who had an epic encounter with Six back at IPW back earlier in the year in April. Chris Masters coming over to try his hands with Chris Travis, who I've got a lot of time for Chris Travis. He may be part of Project Ego. They may not be on a par with the Predators, but Project Ego, they're not bad. That old Chris Travis, he's not a bad sort. He's got something to offer, and I think the tickets for Preston are flying out the door. But anybody who gets the chance again to go along can get hold of a ticket for December the 9th. Highly recommended. Go along, see some of these old WWE guys, see the best of what Britain's got to offer, and you'll see what we can really do.
You're gonna Future Shock Sunday, and then where's it next weekend? You've got, mate.
Future Shock Sunday. Next weekend, the big shows in the UK to head along to are the Revolution Pro Wrestling shows. You've got Jerry Lynn, you've got El Generico, you've got Sticks versus Big Van Walter on the Saturday. This is all down in Kent. This is definitely, for me, this is the big weekend to head to. Unfortunately, the House of Pain are not gonna run their Sunday show. We're not gonna pander to the masses calling for us to run another show. We've got business to attend to at Southside. We're concentrating our efforts on getting there, getting hold of what we need to get hold of, and without giving too much away, you can see us in Stevenage on the 20th at Southside. You can see us again in Cambridge on the 28th of this month. So no need for us to run our own show. So my recommendation for next weekend, certainly get down to Kent, go and see the Revolution Pro Wrestling shows.
It's in St Neots, the 28th of October.
St Neots. It's all Cambridge to me then. It's all in that area where Southside originally comes from. Apparently, before they decided they were going to try and waltz into our city and take over. So.
Yes, I've just been invited to go on a radio station and big up that show on the 28th. So. Really.
Well, the 28th could be an interesting day for all of us then, Dean. That's all I can say on the matter. So.
In the second row, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see it.
Well, Dean, I'm sure our paths will cross in Stevenage on the 20th then.
I hope so. I really do hope so. Yeah, I think it's going to be. You've got a busy time, and thanks for everything you've done, and thank you for ringing in, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure and a dream. No
problem, Dean. You do a wonderful job. You keep up the good work. Big up to Rob Maltman as well, who does a wonderful job with his radio show. And congratulations to the new Leemings, the couple of the Leemings who run Wham Bam Body Slam. Another thing to definitely tune into. Have a look at what the guys do. Anybody pushing British wrestling is all right by me, Dean. So. Thanks very much for the compliment. No problem, buddy. You have a good night, and I'm sure I will speak to you very, very soon. Right, take care, my man. Thank you very much. Take care, mate. Bye. Bye. Well, there we have it. Mr. Harvey Dale, who rang us specially in for this. I'm putting my headset back on. I have to take my headset off then. Oh, where's it gone? I've lost my headset. Oh, God. Screw it. Oh, there it is. What do you reckon? He knows his stuff, Mr. Dale. Mr. Controversy himself. For those who don't know, Harvey is he's one of these guys that's involved with the House of Pain promotion, and he made his debut at the Southside show in Huntingdon in August. And he, on his first night, he got kicked in the mouth from Davey Richards. He hit his head on a chair on the same event, and
And also later when he got a kick in the mouth from Marty Kirby. So on his first night in a wrestling company, he did all that. But he's also threatened. He's always said he's going to ring in. I've always been asking him. I says, when are you going to ring in? When are you going to ring in and talk to us? When are you going to say stuff to us and everything? And he did. And it's absolute pleasure. I think that's the reason why I have that phone line. There's no other reason for it. That phone line is the best thing by a mile. And I'm going to put this on YouTube within minutes of it finishing. So we're going to have that going in. But anyway, give me a minute. I'm going to put my headset back in and then you can hear me again. Give me a sec. Right, can everybody hear me again? Are we all back on? That's good stuff if you can hear me. Right, news from America today. One of the friends of ours from over the water has been threatened to be sued by Hulk Hogan because of a sex tape that has reappeared on the internet. And somebody put in a website and he put the link up and Hulk Hogan's thing and and Ryan's put this Ryan Clark put this thing up and next thing we know is all of a sudden Hulk Hogan's now threatening to sue all these websites and all these wrestling sites that's put this video of this sex tape involving Hogan. So, yeah. And everybody's, okay, I know who Cowboy 35 is. I think I've got an idea. And, so, no, it's not. But, we've, Ryan's can't believe it. Hulk Hogan's now suing wrestling websites because they put on this videotape of him having sex. The famous, it's crazy, the famous bloody wrestling thing of all time. But anyway, right. Now, I'm going to see if I can find something for you lot for a few minutes while I just have a quick break because this is going to be coming on. But see how we go. But if anybody else wants to ring in, give us a ring. 01223 911 822. And it's the only time you see Brooklyn said the word brother about 150 times in 3 minutes. He even breaks his WWF record from 1987, apparently. But it's the way it goes, I think. So, but that's the way the cookie crumbles, as they say. this operator collect call from Canada. No, I do not collect call from Canada because I've got no credit, so I'm not letting people do it. Right, let's see if I can find this for you. Okay. No, come on. Right, that's that. Now, and I hope, but we said I can't believe it's 15 years since he went, and I can't. It really is crazy the fact that Pillman did his 15 years ago today. It is a shame. It's unbelievable, but it's the way it goes. Some wrestlers pass away before their time. Some people don't, and it's just the way it goes. And we have to put up with it. And oh, here we go. Right, we'll put on this is Pillman after he returns. So I'll put this on, and I'll have a break, and I'll come back to you very soon.
He's slowing it down. Brian Pillman. Stop the match. Stop the match. Each and every one of you wants to chant to a real God. Get on your knees right now and pay homage to Brian Pillman right now. Does he think he is? Problem with that, Rick? You got a problem, boy? Come on down and get my face if you got a problem. Express yourself.
Pillman challenging Mikey in his condition.
What are you gonna do, Mikey? Beat up a cripple, hit a man in a wheelchair?
Yeah. Way to go, Mikey. Pillman. Oh, this is despicable. You know, I legitimately felt sorry for Pillman until tonight. And Mikey just took an unspeakable beating at the hands of this loose cannon and Rob Van Dam. Oh my God. He almost decapitated Mikey. Well, we knew Brian Pillman would make it an eventful appearance here tonight, but we had no idea that he would impact the outcome of a matchup. I mean, Mikey can't even stand. Mikey is down and out. 4, 3. I know I'm requesting, but I'm going down there. I want to hear what Pillman has to say for himself. Here, watch this replay. I'm going down there.
I'm running the interview. You're the prop. Just hold the mic. So I'd like to tell each and every one of you s***bags, the lowest form of life on this planet. Yeah, it's been great therapy for me to come back here. Not to look at you pieces of but to realize that even a world-class athlete like myself that has pioneered, that has thrown my fists of hate and contempt right in the face of Ted and Jane themselves. That's why I'm not here. I'm here to celebrate, to rejoice what Rob Van Dam has done to the holy flagship of ECW, Sabu. He sucks, and so does each and every one of you pieces of in this building. Here's your savior. You want to look for leadership? Look to Rob Van Dam. Don't look to the Sandman, some bumbling drunk hopping around with a manager who's managed more manhoods. I'm to the point right now. If you don't shut up right now, I'm leaving.
Let's get the out of this dump, Brian.
Well, what can you say? Brian fucking Pillman. Rest in peace, sir. 15 years. Yeah, and finally somebody's had the decency to put him on a WWE wrestling game. Does anybody know when that game's coming out next year? Is it October, November, or what? WWE 13? Or is the WWE going to cancel that the way that everybody else has cancelled it? And welcome to all the new people that's joined us in the chat room. This is British Wrestling Radio, and hopefully you come back and give us another chance. And So we're having some fun and games in the chat room. We've got people from all over the place again as usual. So Pillman's 15th anniversary of him dying. Kane's anniversary of him making his debut in the WWE. Nixie's going mental because she can't talk about it because she's ill. So we've had Harvey Dale, the self-proclaimed leader of House of Pain Wrestling, and we've had him on the show, which is very controversial. His album, but don't take him. I mean, everybody's saying that. Oh, you got to do this with him. You got to that. He may bury Mark Haskins and he may bury Marty Scurll, but he understands everything about Marty Scurll and he watches him and he appreciates all the wrestling. And he had his controversial things a few weeks ago with all the schools and everything that was happening with a certain person. But he wants to make sure that people are safe when they're wrestling. None of these people that say, "Oh yeah, I've been watching 3 episodes of WWE. I'll tell you what, I can start up a wrestling school." And they start it up in the little school hall and they put a ring in it and then bang, there you go, you've got a wrestling school. If it's done right, there's no problems with anybody. And that's what it is. I mean, everybody, Danny at NCWA, them guys doing their bits, they do their shows and they do their school and it's superb. If it's done right, it's done well. And that's what Harvey puts across. He's like, he doesn't want these people. That's like, he doesn't want people to get ripped off with shows and stuff like that where wrestlers don't get paid and everything like that. And that's the way it goes, and he doesn't want that. He doesn't want to see people like that. I think Keith Myatt once said it best: "If ever you're wrestling, don't wrestle for free. Get paid for it. End of the day, it's your body. You do what you want. It's your life. Everything. I could never go in a wrestling ring, and I never want to because A, I'm 43. B, my body is no fit state after playing rugby for so many years. So I'll leave the wrestling and everything to the people that sit inside the ring. They're the guys that do the hard work for me. Anyway, so once again, and the British scene this weekend, we had the South Side, we had Harvey going about Future Shock Sunday and NGW in the Hull this weekend as well. We've also got, he's going again and have a look. Yes, I'm still doing the UFC fitness thing. Yes, my body is still crying out every time I've done it. Tomorrow, Wrestling Training Open Day at Max Gym, Fellsworth in Manchester for the Wrestling Training Open Day by Future Shock. We've also got NGW Full Force on Saturday. UK Women's Wrestling presents When Worlds Collide, TV broadcast. He's already contacted me, Danny, and he said he's already contacted me about it. So, yeah, thank you very much. Another DVD I'm going to watch. It's great. UKWW When Worlds Collide with the Alpha Female. We've also got RWA, Runcorn Wrestling Academy, Retribution today. Sunday, we've got Future Shock 62 and Stockport. Then in October, the ones I've got so far is we've got SWE Superstar Challenge at Scottish Wrestling Entertainment at the Alder Community Centre. And tickets, £10 adults and £6 kids. Will Braveheart still be the SWE champion after this? After last night at Kirkton? They've got a double header coming on soon. Next weekend, I think it is. They're going to have they've got a new show going to be. And stuff. They've got Wrestling Pro EVW. I've got one in Lindley Town Hall. Bradford Wrestling Alliance have got Momentum on the 14th. Britannia Wrestling Promotions have also got this. Right. We've got these wrestling promotions. I'll do the old rest of the October. There's hundreds of them. There's really hundreds. I'm going all the way through here now to December. And I've got events coming out here to the event. It's there's 2 wrestlers this week have announced they're retiring from British wrestling. One is an absolute icon of the British scene. Other one, he's only been going a couple of years, but he's made an impact as much as anybody else in this world of British wrestling. Adrian Lionheart McCallum has announced he's retiring from wrestling. It's like everybody said, yeah, but are they going to do it? Are they going to miss it? Are they going to come back? Let's take him at his word for it. I've had the pleasure of seeing Lionheart go in action, and it was Eve, the wrestler, that spat in her kid's face and got the gentleman to stand up, and then me and Rob had to make sure that we stopped this guy from getting smacked. But Lionheart is an absolute stalwart of the business. If you get the chance to see him on YouTube, there's got to be matches all over the place. Please watch him for what he's done for British wrestling. He's an absolute legend. And Lionheart is one of these guys that always has time to talk to you. He's an absolute gentleman after the ring, and he's an absolute cracker to talk to as well. Sean the Hammer Davis, he's announced this week he's retiring due to health issues and personal issues. This guy's only been doing it for 2 years down in Britannia Wrestling Promotions. He's also a big guy there, and he's also been seen at Preston City Wrestling. On behalf of everybody at British Wrestling Radio, we want to wish you two guys the very, very best of success, whatever your careers take you in the future. Whether you come back to wrestling at some point, whether you do other things, we've got nothing but respect for the pair of you, and hope that you're very happy in whatever you decide to do next. I know Sean Davis will be very, very much missed wherever he wrestles. He had the look, he had the it's everything. And Lionheart is another guy. Lionheart wrestled Jarrett, TNA, Jeff Jarrett, when he came over here a couple of years ago. That's where Lionheart is. That's how much Lionheart is thought of in this country. TNA was up in Glasgow, and Lionheart wrestled Jarrett. And Noam Dar thinks the world of him. So, and I think everybody in Scotland says the same about him. But it is one of these places that they do good jobs and everything. But on behalf of everybody at BWR, good luck in whatever you decide to do. And I hope you're happy in whatever you do. And you're going to be missed by a lot of people who pay to watch you, also see you on videos, on DVDs and stuff. But Lionheart and Sean the Hammer Davis, good luck wherever you do, guys. Very, very much. Anyway, that's the bit of that one over and done with. Now, over the next few weeks at British Wrestling Radio, we've got stuff coming up. I've not got Raw Impact. We've got next week will be our Bound for Glory preview show. We're going to talk about Bound for Glory with TNA, and hopefully that's it's going to be a good one for everybody that listens. We make sure that everybody has a good time next week as well. So Bound for Glory preview show is next week. The week after that, we won't be here because I'm working a night shift, and Nixy's doing her bit as well. She's doing cake cooking things, so she's going to be doing that. So there's no show on the 19th of October. We will be back with a bang on the 26th. And as like I said before, on November the 16th, there will be no show again because I am going to be in Sheffield. Oh, you're going to Florida. Nice. And we are going to have a return. Somebody's making the return to British Wrestling Radio in a few weeks' time. That's all I'm saying on that. I'm not saying a word. But they've said they're coming back. So everybody's coming back to us now. The summer is over. Everybody's coming home. Everybody's coming home, which is great. And it's great for us. It's great for you. And oh, wow. Oh, you got to go to TNA. Oh, great. And I'm coming to see you. And well, I was coming up to see you guys on November the 15th. I'm coming up to Sheffield November 15th. So I might pop over and see the Academy in Rotherham on the Thursday night if it's going. Well, fingers crossed. And we'd love to see you because I've got two nephews who want to see some wrestlers, and they're just at that age where they're thinking, "Oh, wrestling! Wow, we like this." But I'm coming all over the place. I'm really, really tempted now to go to Nottingham at the end of November. I really am want to go to Nottingham. Oh, please don't make me. I'm just a guy. Oh, do you know this is going to be so embarrassing. Oh, everyone's going to see what I look like, and everybody's going to act, oh, God, Benny. But I've got some personal news, and I want to share it because it's been burning up inside of me. I do a job during the week, well, 7 days a week, actually, called CCTV. And I've done it on a casual basis for 5 years. And it's bringing me up when they want. And I've been doing it. Now, I've been told this week that, fingers crossed, within the next couple of weeks, I'm hopefully going to be sat on full time. So I'm actually going to get myself a proper full-time job for once, and I can do all the things I want to do. It's going to be great. I will finally have security in the job for the first time in years. So, Ryan thinks pro wrestling is dying. You want to come over here, pal? He wants to come over here. He wants to come over here and see what British wrestling is dying. I hate this. I hate when they say professional wrestling dying. You want to come over to Britain? It's like Harvey says. There's at least 10 promotions over here that's working their ass off, that's doing great things. In America, there's other things there. There's other things happening. But come over to Britain. We'll show you wrestling. We'll show you exactly. There's people in this chat room that'll back me up on this one. The people all over the place throughout the world. British wrestling is not dying. British wrestling is thriving. 2012 has been the year for British wrestling. It has been the best year of British wrestling I've ever seen. There's nothing to touch it. I mean, Pro Wrestling Ulster. You've got the guys over there. It's one of these things. You've got all these guys over here that work the backside that do good shows, and just because American wrestling's dying, it's just not fair. It's just, oh God, Bennett. See, I put Warriors back in. Hey, my friend Warrior, and I put shows up for Dudley. There's a show coming up in Dudley. I put up in, I think it's tomorrow. I'm not sure, but I put it on the page. We've got 600 likes on the page. Thank you very, very much for that. It's an absolute thing. Doing a show on your own is getting so much harder these days. It really, really is. I told you I'd find them. But it's just, you know, some sort of wrestling's dying. Kiss my ass. Wrestling's not dying. It's getting better and better. If British wrestling was dying, and if British wrestling was dying, why are we getting like John Morrison coming over here? Angelina Love. We've got John Morrison, Chris Masters, Eugene. We've got all the CCW guys. Davey Richards coming over here. British wrestling was dying. We wouldn't get these stars. We would not get these people over here. And there's all these guys that have worked the backsides off doing the flyers, doing the promotions, putting the posters out and everything. Rob Maltman, Ben Old, Steve Fludder, Adam Q from RPW. It's just doing you nothing. Tajiri's coming over. November 16 in St. Ives in St. Ives in Cambridgeshire at RPW. Tajiri's making a wrestling match. Steve Carino is over. Yeah, Steve Carino's coming over to Britain. There's all these people are coming over to Britain and they're saying wrestling's dying. Yeah, right, whatever. Get a break. I'm going to see a match at the end of this month, and I guarantee I'm going to come away with so many posters. If anybody wants a poster, right, I know this is going to end up costing me an absolute bomb, but I think I might do it. If anybody wants a poster from a Southside Wrestling show, let me know, and I'll get it. And I'll see if I can get it signed by some of the guys on Sunday the 28th, the anniversary show. And I'll see if I can get Sticks and a few other guys to sign it. And but I think we're getting that. Hopefully there's some people I'm going to be meeting, and all's going to coming up. But if you want a poster, let me know, and I'll see what I can do. Just my little way of saying thank you. And there's DVDs coming and stuff, and I've got some DVDs I'm going to get rid of as well. So everybody's going to say, I'm going to say thank you to everybody. But it's now 23 minutes past midnight. I have been going now for an hour and bloody hell, 100 minutes, nearly, well, 83 minutes. Whew! And we've not even started on Raw, because guess what? I didn't see Raw. Everybody's taking off the YouTube things. WWE are taking off YouTube things for wrestling. Everybody's taking off Attitude Era Wrestling. They're taking everything off in now. And it's going mental. And Ross, if you go to the Southside show, the first drink's on me. Okay, Winston, you take care, my man. It's great to see you again. Have a nice day in Canada. But there you go, one of the stalwarts of British Wrestling Radio. Like, we may not be the biggest nation in the world, but we do our best. And Nixy's still in here. I don't know why. I think she's asleep. I think she's gone to sleep, I do. But if anybody wants to ring, give us a ring right now. 01223 911 822. The phone line is back. You can chat to us, talk about anything you want, show us your passion, tell me why I'm wrong about the Attitude Era, and tell me everything that your passion of wrestling, everything you're going forward, and let's see how you go. Yep. So we'll have a laugh and joke, and just give us a call and see if you're right. Might not agree with you, but everybody's got an opinion. And good luck to everybody at Wrestle Radio Island. Their show's still coming up very, very soon. They've got a new radio show that's happening over the water. They're going to be doing all the Irish things and everything. They're going to prove to everybody that there's more to Irish wrestling than Sheamus. There we go. I've said that. Hello. Oh, who we got here? All right. Caller, welcome to British Wrestling Radio.
Yeah, doing it off.
Hey, boss, you all right, mate?
Yeah, good mate. I was just wondering your opinion on who do you think's the debut that had the most impact in wrestling?
What, in British wrestling or American or whatever?
Well, either.
The best debut. Oh, good question. Oh dear. What was it for you? Well, I think.
This might surprise you, but I'll go with The Rock.
The Rock's debut at Survivor Series.
Yeah, or yeah, I'd go for that one.
You know, when he was Rocky Maivia.
Yeah.
By the end of the night, they were shouting, "Rocky, die, die."
Well.
So,
yeah, Tuesday.
Oh,
dear.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah, so.
I think the best debut I ever saw was Steve Austin in ECW, because he just came out and he did the Steve Mania thing. He did the Hulk Hogan thing, and then he just went in the ring and he did the famous promo when he just buried WCW with a passion, and Heyman just said the famous words, "Here's a mic, just talk," and he did one of the best things. But there is a lot of people that's made a lot of people that's made great debuts. I'm just trying to think of some of the top of my head. I think the one his return. I'm saying debut, but it was a return really. Bret Hart's return to WWE in 2006, I think it was, or 2007. No, it wasn't. It was 2010 or something like that. Because everybody knew that Hogan was going to appear on TNA that night. And they were doing Monday Night Impact. Do you remember when Hogan made Impact?
Oh, it was the first 3-hour show, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did the first thing. And the WWE thought, well, how are we going to contact that? Well, I'll tell you what, we're going to make Bret Hart thing. And everybody was thinking, what's going to happen with Bret? And the first thing that Bret says out of his mouth is, can Shawn Michaels get his ass to the ring? No one expected that. I was like, what the heck is going on? Screw TNA, I'm watching this. It was the one angle that no one thought would ever get. But, oh shit, yeah. Swear one just said it in the chat room. Taz's debut at Royal Rumble against Kurt Angle. What a pop. What a debut. I'm putting that on at the end of the show. That is the one, just to hear Madison Square Garden go mental. What a debut. Yeah, I'd go with that. Taz's debut was the best one.
I mean, one that's going to make Nixy happy is, I think Kane, he made an impact as well.
Yeah, Kane, because everybody knew he was coming, but we didn't know what to expect. And then the first thing you see is this 7-foot bloody monster ripping off a door off a Hell in a Cell. And like, hello? No. Hello? What? No, that's different. And I think the thing that was funny was that when the pyro went wrong, remember? Because he did the middle in the ring and stood there and he did his thing with his arms where the flame was supposed to go. And it didn't go off, and it just stood there and everyone was like, I wonder if a pyro was supposed to go off then. And now, looking back, yes, there was. But yeah, cracking debut, isn't it? No, are you on your show tomorrow?
I'm not sure actually. I don't know, reevaluating that in a minute.
And tell everybody your news for next week if you want to. Tell everybody your...
Yes, a BWR exclusive. I have Mark Haskins.
Oh.
Sorry?
Who's BWO?
BWR.
Oh, you said, fair enough. I thought it was BWO. I thought, oh, the Blue World. Who's it?
No.
Who mean it?
I have none other than former TNA star Mark Haskins on the show next week.
So how do you listen to it? It's radiosunlight.co.uk, is it?
I'll put the link in the chat room, actually.
If anybody's got the TuneIn app for an Android or iPhone, that's the best one of the lot, because through that app, I've got it set up. So I've got Ross, I've got One Body Slam, I've got Rob set up. we've got all these. I've got all these different wrestling shows on one app, and it's favourites, so I can just go right. That's on, dink. That's on, dink, 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 and don't mess around with going through channels. It's the best app in the world if you've got a smartphone. It's the best app going. There's my little plug. But I've got a big fat Samsung Galaxy Note phone. It's bigger than me, so that's my excuse. But anyway, mate, everything's all right. And for those, right, you can tell. Are you all right for a couple of minutes?
Yeah.
Right. You can tell everybody this story about when I rang you this week and I went, oh shit, the perfect.
Oh, but it was funny. We were having one of our usual conversations, and from out of nowhere, you hear this voice going, "Oh crap!" and then you turn around and say, "Oh god, the perfectionist has just turned up." And I'll tell you something, if that was on radio, that would be, you get so many hits on that.
It was just getting home from work, and I was just got stuff, and I thought, I'm going to go walk home, I've been having a nice day. It was about 3 o'clock on a Sunday, wasn't it? Or a Saturday. Yeah. So I was walking home, and all of a sudden this guy's running, and I'm like, oh shit. Oh, and he's going, am I okay to come on your show? Am I alright to come on your show? I'm like, no, I'm on the phone. I'm on the phone. And he's looking at me going, to say, what's the phone? I'm like, what's going on, Pat? I'm on the phone. See you later. And I'm running down the street, and I'm literally running, and I'm just waving at him. And this guy must have thought I was on bloody pills or something, but I didn't give a monkey. I wasn't even able to talk to him that day. I was just so tired. I just wanted to get home. And then he just come in and he goes, if he finds out where I live, I'm dead. My door every. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, mate, I'll let you go because I know it's your pay-go phone, and I know you don't want to have a big bill.
All right, mate.
All right, mate. But
take care.
Ringing. Thanks, mate. See, the phone line's back now, and this is what he's back for. This is the best thing about it. I can actually talk to people now. But anyway, you take care of yourself. Have a great weekend, my man, and I'll speak to you soon. Do take care, mate.
Bye.
That's Ross, aka from the that's Ross from the Radio Sunlight, and he's doing the takeover show between 3 and 5 on a Saturday afternoon. But there we go, another one that's doing good things for British wrestling, and he's a big RPW guy. And we never talked to him about RPW, did we? Bugger. Anyway, now things that's going to be happening. Well, we said that before. But it's a good thing. Last week in Sheffield, they had one of their shows at the NCWA, and I hope it went okay, and it went well. And everybody had a good time in Sheffield, my home, where I play, where I love, and stuff. But where's Kirsch gone? Has he disappeared? I don't know. People don't think Fallout, EBW Fallout. That's the one it was called. But yeah, and I know Chris Travis had a hurt shoulder. It was epic. Chris Travis is the same as always. I'm going to go. I've not been on the UKFF site. And, yeah, definitely, mate. Yeah, do a preview next week, mate. That'll be great. I think UKFF has got its place. I'm not going to fight people anymore. I'm just going to say, let people want to go on websites and have a go at me. Fine, that's their decision. Let them do it. I just want to get better and better as the weeks goes on. Been doing this for a year, and I still think I can do a lot better than what I do, but I need help in getting to that place. Me and Nixy need to get there. We're finding his feet. We finally found this Nick. We found the niche. We found what we want to do. Yeah, that's what I think. That's what I think about it as well, personally. But everybody's got an opinion. Ever since the internet, anybody can type it on a keyboard. Anybody can say what they want. Doesn't matter what alien what they are. They've got 1 arm, 2 arms, 5, 6 eyes, anything like that. Everybody's got an opinion, and anybody can say what they want. It's just like Xbox Live. When I play on Xbox Live, I get called every name under the sun. I get called every person. And when I play on PS3, it's exactly the same. And if anybody wants to play with me on PS3 or the Xbox, please let me know. Pop my name in the chat room. I've been buying loads and new games. My favourite game at the moment is Connect Star Wars. I've been playing that, losing weight, and UFC trainer is my thing as well, because I'm going to get fit. At 43 years old, body. Oh, hello, we got another phone call. Hello. We are popular tonight. Caller, you are live on British Wrestling Radio.
Hello, Dino.
Hello, mate. And who are you?
Let me say, Wrestling Radio Ireland has just invaded.
Oh, God. Hello, Brendy. How are you, fella?
I'm doing alright. Let me turn that speaker down. I just realized what happened.
Yeah, turn your down so we can hear you. Yeah. Right, this is Brendan, the brainchild and the brains and the brawn of everything behind a thing called Wrestling Radio Ireland. It's coming to your ears very, very soon.
Yep. I just thought I'd ring just to, give a rundown of some of the things that we've got sorted out and all.
Yeah, go ahead. What's happening with the wrestling scene in Ireland? We got any upcoming shows that you want to tell us about, or?
Yeah, actually, there's PWU this Sunday.
Oh, right. Is about?
I hyped that up with you earlier on. Double main event. And in that double main event, first, for the PWU Championship, it is Original Magico versus Hollywood Sanchez in a no disqualification match.
Oh, right. Is this Hollywood Sanchez that was in the hospital when a fan turned up for him?
Yes.
That's the wrestler. I remembered. See, I remember all these. That was the funniest story of all time. And
yeah, I remember it big time. Now, the other one is going to be a 2 out of 3 falls tables match.
Yeah. For the
PW All-Star title. It's JDP versus Mr. 101. It's under the following stipulations.
Go on.
If JDP wins, Mr. 101's career at PW is over. But if Mr. 101 wins, he gets the PW All-Star belt, and JDP is done.
Oh, right. So whoever wins, whoever loses, is done with PWU.
Yes. And when I was talking with my co-host a couple of days ago, he told me something, to be honest, I couldn't actually believe, but I was a bit shocked, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Right, there's this new thing, Irish Whip Wrestling, which was on TV years back. Yeah. Now, Gavin has told me at every show, their card is stacked with about 5 or 6 talents, maybe 4 matches in each one. You have 3 matches, and then the main event is always a 6-man tag between those who competed earlier on in the night.
Oh, right.
Which is, to be honest, I find it pretty strange. I thought their roster would have been stacked these days.
Yeah, is it same at the same place as always, the Balmoral Hotel?
Oh, for PWU, yes, it is.
Yeah, and so Irish Whip Wrestling, they still making noises, the right noises.
Yeah, but if I'm going to be honest, the newest promotion around, Celtic Championship Wrestling, they are going really fast. I cannot deny it. I mean, I gave you a link on the BWR page.
Yeah.
I shared it. It's an internet pay-per-view by them that is free to watch on YouTube. It was our very first show, and their second one's coming up in a couple of weeks as well. I mean, in the first card you had talents like Sean Maxer, who's now touring Japan with 01 Pro. There's just so many things going on these days.
Yeah.
It's like, and I've already got a good wee bit to hype up whenever we do eventually start.
Yeah. So who's your host called? What's your other co-host name called?
The co-host is Gavin Connolly, who wrestles for Fight Factory Pro under the name Dead Bones Dawkins.
So that's who's been following me. He followed me on Twitter yesterday, and I'm like, who the heck's that? And I never knew who it was, and now you've solved the problem. There you go. Yeah, Scooby-Doo solves the problem again. There we go.
Yep.
But no, I haven't talked to you in ages, mate. How are you doing? So everything's in place for your debut show, then, is it?
Almost everything. We just have to figure out what kind of music we're going to use and stuff.
Listen, just go with what you feel. I mean...
And then, once we have that sorted out, we're ready for the testing, and we'll be ready to go.
Yeah. Well, I know I speak on behalf of everybody at British Wrestling Radio, mate, and all his listeners and everybody that listens to us, YouTube, whatever it is. We wish you every success with this, and hope you get...
And if you don't mind, just after the show, I'm going to put the links up in the chat room to where you can find my stuff.
Yeah, go on. I'll let you do it. Just this once.
No problem.
What else is brilliant?
Alright.
But anyway, mate, thanks very much for calling in. It's an absolute...
No problem.
All right, mate, good luck with it, and I'll speak to you again soon.
No problem. Thank you very much.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Right, there you go. That was our friend from over the water, Brandy, who's the brainchild and absolute the brains and everything behind Wrestling Radio Ireland, which is going to be coming up very, very shortly. Another show that's going to be doing all the good things for Ireland wrestling, north of the border and south of the border over there. So everything's going to be good. Good. Anyway, I'm going to say farewell. I'm going to see if I can put the... in fact, I'm just going to say farewell, really. To everybody that's listened tonight, to Danny, to Ace who's left us, to Nixy who's in there, get well soon, my girl. I know you are going to kick my ass next week because of what I've said with Kane, but I'll take that chance. To Clive, I wish it was you, but I've got a sneaking feeling it's not. To Daz, thank you very much for tuning in. To Neil M, good luck. Have a great time at SWE in Scotland next week, my friend. To Ross, have a great show over the weekend, mate. Speak to you again soon. To Swear One, thanks a lot for joining us, mate. It's been a pleasure. And a big welcome back to our friends known as Wrestleheads. Welcome back, friends. We've missed you in big, big style. But that's it for tonight. I'm going to say farewell, and I'm going to put this show on YouTube straight away so everybody can get to listen to how bad we was again. But, but oh yes, and a very, very, very good nice one to Acer as well, who always does his work for us, and everything nice and cool. So, anyway, I am going to say farewell, good night to everyone, and hope everybody's okay, and have a great week. And I'll see you again next week, I hope, with Nixy and Nato. Sorry about Andy not being up, but I hope we made it up with Harvey. Harvey Dale, our guest. I mean, he's very controversial, is Harvey, but he's an absolute brilliant. And, but we're going to have good times in futures. But there we go. But, anyway, on behalf of me, Dino, take care. Have a great week, and I'll see you next Friday. Okay? Take care, everyone. Good night. Oh dear, here we go. Good night, good night. Good night, good night, good night. Easy one, come on. Here we go. And we are...